Yo, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode of You Name It and I Play, we're going to be playing the brand new Zoroark from White Flare. The brand new Zoroark from White Flare is sort of a spiritual reprint of two older Zoroarks that have been very good in the past. So I'm very curious to see if this Zoroark can perform in our standard format right now. So let's check it out. The Zoroark from White Flare has the Mind Jack and Foul Play attack. Mind Jack for 1 Darkness Energy does 30 damage and 30 more for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So a pretty decent attack that can deal 150 damage, and even with Brave Bangle, maybe increase it to 180, so that's pretty good. And the other attack for 3 colors energy, Foul Play. Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. This attack is pretty strong against a lot of decks right now. Zoroark has a lot of potential. So let's get right into our game plan. Our game plan is to turn 1 Fan Rotom to find our Dunsparce, since we are playing the Dunsparce draw engine that draws 3 cards, and if you drew any cards in this way, shuffle this Pokemon all cards attached to it into your deck. Yeah, you just basically set up a couple Dunsparce, set up 1 or 2 Zorua, so you can evolve them to your Zoroark the following turn. You do rather go first than second, and basically attack with Zoroark throughout the game. You also have Lillie's Clefairy for up against Dragapult if you really need it. There aren't like that many scenarios you really need it, but it can be very powerful to just maybe one hit a Dragapult in this way, so playing Lillie's Clefairy is pretty good. And late game we also have Bloodmoon Ursaluna, since you can run out of steam, of course, because this is a single price deck, and Bloodmoon Ursaluna, just Bloodmoon for 240, can be very strong. We also have Maractus, since Maractus can basically win games against Raging Bolt or other decks that don't play a lot of switching cards, and especially now with Air Balloon, a lot of people will be cutting their switches for Air Balloon, so Maractus is just a very powerful card in that way. And Fan Rotom can also be a good attacker in the early game. And with that, let's get into the more specific card / deck list. 4-4 Zoroark line, playing a 3-3 Dunsparce line, 1 Fan Rotom, 1 Lillie's Clefairy, a Maractus, a Bloodmoon Ursaluna, and 1 Fezandipiti. And then for our trainer, we're playing 2 Air Balloons, since Air Balloon is a very powerful new card that it says the Pokemon this card is attached to has 2 less retreat cost, 4 Arven, 1 copy of Boss's Orders, 2 Bravery Charm, 3 Buddy-Buddy Poffin, 1 Hilda. Hilda is also a very powerful new supporter card. Search your deck for an evolution Pokemon and an energy card, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So Hilda can search out a Dudunsparce or a Zoroark, as well as an ignition energy, so you can immediately power 1 up, or a darkness energy depending on what you need, but Hilda is very strong. 2 counter catchers, since you tend to get behind on prize cards, and then you can counter catcher up something. You can immediately KO with Zoroark, or stall with Maractus, or whatever you need to put in the active at that point. Gravity Mountain fixes the math on a couple matchups. Playing 4 Iono, 1 Maximum Belt is our A-Spec. The Maximum Belt allows us to deal 50 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon EX. 2 Nest Ball, 2 Night Stretcher, 1 Super Rod, 1 Team Evolution, 4 Ultra Ball, 1 Brave Bangle. Brave Bangle says the Pokemon this card is attached to that doesn't have a rule box. The attacks it uses do 30 more damage to your opponent's Pokemon EX for applying weakness and resistance. So this is a very good card, allows us to hit various numbers. And then for energy, you're playing 2 Darkness Energy, 2 Psychic Energy, and 4 Ignition Energy. So that's a full list. Before we go into our first match, make sure if you want to be featured in my next episode of You Name It and I Played, to let me know down below what card or deck you might want to see in the next episode, and maybe I'll check it out for you. And if you want to join the channel Discord server, make sure to check the link in the description down below to join the channel Discord there to stay up to date and join the community. Alright, with that, let's get into our first match. We are going first. We have a very good opening hand. We have a Fan Rotom as well as a Dunsparce and a Buddy-Buddy Poffin, so we can just search our deck for Zorua, Fan Call for 2, or maybe, yeah, 2 more Dunsparce, put them onto the bench as well, and then we have a pretty full bench. We have an Ignition Energy in hand, the Dunsparce, and Arven, Ultra Ball. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'd say we have pretty much everything we need. Maybe another supporter like an Iono would have been better, but I mean, you can't have everything at once, right? So pretty good. Hoot Hoot and Fezandipiti. So Noctowl deck for sure. What Noctowl deck? Yeah, we'll just have to see. Let's see. Max Belt is in there. Brave Bangle's in there. Might be Bolt. Bolt is very... Bolt should be a good matchup because Mind Jack also does more damage with Area 0 in play, of course. Let's get Zorua. Let's Fang Call. Let's get ourselves 2 more Dunsparce. Or I guess just 1. That's also fine. Let's bench this guy, and I guess we just pass here. Seems pretty good. I mean, we can Ultra Ball next turn for more Dunsparce. The Dunsparce. We should probably Runaway draw first, see what we draw from there. But we can definitely definitely have some options. Arven also gets us Air Balloon, so we should definitely have some options next turn. They're gonna play Nest Ball. I just think this is probably Raging Bolt. There's Ditto, so I think this should be Raging Bolt. Yeah, probably gonna go into Baby Bolt, I guess. Maybe if they go into Baby Bolt, I guess we can just Ignition Energy and copy the second attack and then KO the Baby Bolt, because I think that was that does 130. Their Sadas Vitality. This should just be Raging Bolt. I guess they could also go into Raging Bolt EX, maybe use Burst Roar to refresh their hand. If that's the case, I'm not entirely sure what we do. Mind Jack isn't that good because we're only dealing 90 damage. Isn't bad though, but just we can't even use Mind Jack because we only have Ignition Energy in hand. There's Crispin. Oh, if he's attaching it to Ditto already? Oh, he's attaching one to Hoot so he can retreat into Ditto. If he attaches one to Ditto already, then he has to discard it. Oh, that's probably a misplay. I think he wanted to put the Grass Energy into his hand. I would think, at least. Teal Dance, sure. Each energy. So, we could, in theory, copy Myriad Leaf Shower with Ignition Energy. And if... in this case, he has 2 energy, so we'd be dealing like 150. Which is not bad with Brave Bangle 180 if he has 3 energy. Like in this case, he has 3 energy, then we would be dealing 210. Right? Or we don't even need Brave Bangle. Probably don't even need Brave Bangle. Let's evolve this guy up. I think we just run away draw first. Let's see what we get. Zoroark, another Dunsparce. That's kind of good. Probably evolve this guy up as well. Runaway draw again. 2 more Ignition Energies. That's a lot of Ignition Energy. Huh, this is interesting though. I think we definitely Arven for something. We don't have too much going on right now though. That's kind of unfortunate. I guess we might just do this and get 2 more to Dunsparce, and then they probably KO the Fan Rotom next turn. Not sure though. They have a 1-card hand. I think we can chill and just do this. It will cost us 1 Ignition Energy, but I think that should be fine. Let's do this. We can't Assault Lightning because we don't have a Stadium, and I think this is better. So let's Evolution up Dunsparce and Dunsparce. 1 to Dunsparce and 2 to Dunsparce. Now this should be correct. There they go. Yep. Opponent's turn. They have a 1-card hand. I guess they could have the Nuts, but they also didn't retreat into Ditto. They have a Nest Ball. Latias. KO. If they do that, that would be fine by me. I just Arven for... I just Ignition Energy Foul Play. And knock them out, so... yeah, 120 now. 120 now. 150... 180, 210. So with Ignition Energy, we are already KOing the Ogerpon. And the funny thing is, with Ignition Energy, we could also KO Latias EX. Because Latias EX has weakness. So we might just... no, I think we definitely just KO Ogerpon here. Do we? I'm debating just counter-catching up Latias, KOing Latias, and then them probably responding with the Ogerpon again. With another Ignition Energy. And at that point, we just set up our Zoroark and then Foul Play. Could also do that. Let's run away, draw again. Darkness Energy, another Zoroark. That's good. Well, we can just use the Darkness Energy to KO the Latias as well. That's also just... I think that seems like a pretty solid plan. Let's run away, draw again. Get a Nest Ball. That's good. Let's promote Zoroark. Let's get another Dunsparce back. Should we Ultra Ball? Definitely gonna attach this here. I can play Arven. Probably get this, and I probably should have not got the Dunsparce. I guess I could get another Zorua now though. That's also fine. Let's get these two. I think getting Max Ball is fine, yeah. Let's Buddy-Buddy Poffin up these two. Let's get this. And I think we just now Counter Catcher up. And Mind Jack for 240, taking a KO on Latias. And then we have a target for next turn, the 2-mask Ogerpon as well. And I think at that point we should just be chilling. 2 Zoroarks on the prize cards. Okay. That's nice. That's pretty good. I think we should just be in a pretty good spot now. I would think so. I'm gonna flip the script. I mean, they have a 6-card hand. What are the chances they go in with a Raging Bolt? I don't think the chances are that high. I think, yeah, they're probably just gonna swing with Myriad Leaf Shower again. And Raging Bolt plays like 1 Iono at most, if they even do. So they're probably not gonna Hand Disrupt us now. Seems pretty good. Turo Scenario for Ditto. Why? It's not even a liability. Sure, why not? Why not? And I guess the last KO we could just take by Cruel Arrowing or something like that along those lines. I'm not sure. Maybe. Yeah, we'll just see at that point. Maybe they have something at that point. Let's send up the Zoroark. Draw for turn. We see a Darkness Energy. That's fine. Let's evolve up this. Definitely gonna touch Ignition Energy. Yeah, 6 and did miscount. Okay, so yeah, we are doing enough. I think I'm gonna attach Maximum Belt to the Zoroark on the bench. I don't want to Iono. It seems like they have a pretty bad hand. I'm not sure. Should I keep Maractus? Maybe. So I'm gonna keep it for now. Let's do it like this. We could also get Fezandipiti, I guess. Let's get Fez. Flip the script. Draw 3 cards. Air Balloon, the Dunsparce, Hilda. Not bad. I guess we could get another Dunsparce with Hilda. They just have basically nothing going on. Let's get another Dunsparce. And let's evolve up this guy as well and just not use them now. Just keep them on board and use them on a later turn. Let's Foul Play and use Myriad Leaf Shower to take a KO on the 2-mask Ogerpon. And I think at this point we should be just in a very good spot right now. Boss's Orders as well. Another Dunsparce. This is the point where it does get like kind of annoying for us because we're not gonna Ignition Energy to Foul Play and use Triple Stab. Mind Jack is doing 30. So we kind of have to Boss's Orders up Fezandipiti. Oh, they're playing Nestball. I wanted to say Boss's Orders up Fezandipiti to, I don't know, attack with Foul Play and then use Cruel Arrow to put 100 on Fezandipiti. But if they retreat into something else, that entire plan is like kind of gone. So that is a little awkward. I guess at that point you just might Maractus. Slitherwing. Raging Bolt. It's basic energy. Yep. Alright. And they have a full bench, but they benched Squawkabilly, by the way. But I'm not sure what would they do. They have Saddle's Vitality. Okay, that's something. Still have to get Hoot Hoot out of the active. I guess we could like... It seems pretty unlosable for us because even if they take 3 KOs in a row, like on Zoroark, and like another Zoroark, or KO on Zoroark and one on Fezandipiti, we could just like Nestball Ursaluna win the game. So I don't think it's like very losable for us. If they completely fill their bench up, that's also fine. They should, if they put down 1 more bench Pokemon, then we can just boss up Squawk and win the game doing that. So That's also a pretty good game plan. They have 2 energy on Bolt. Wouldn't you just rather attack with Slitherwing though? Like always here? I don't know why you would charge up Raging Bolt. Bravery Charm. Okay, that's a little annoying, but I guess it's something we can deal with. We even have Max Belt, so if we want, Ursaluna could be dealing 290. Oh yeah, we have Max Belt and Brave Bangle. We can actually, if we find one of those, we can just Boss's Orders up. Oh, we have Max Belt on the bench, Zoroark. I mean, yeah. Wait, we already have Max Belt. Then I guess we just win next turn if they don't disrupt our hand. We just Boss's Orders up Squawk, Air Balloon, or promote Zoroark depending on if they knock out the active, and then just KO Squawk because we have the Darkness Energy in hand already. And we just win. Yeah, it seems like a pretty unlosable board state right now. I don't know how they would ever win here. I think it's basically locked up for us. They're gonna Jewel Seeker. Maybe get like Night Stretcher to get back Latias, but they can't retreat because Noctowl is in the basic, so they would need Switch. Yeah, there's Night Stretcher, but it's not gonna be working. Latias will not work here. It is another target we could KO though, so they're just giving us even more targets to work with. Yeah, I don't think that's the play, man. I'm not sure if he realizes it. Maybe he just leaves at the moment. Yeah, the moment he sees it. But this should be our game. There goes Jamming Tower. So far, the deck feels pretty good though. I've practiced a little bit with the deck, made a couple changes to the original list though, trying to like perfect it, I mean like make it as interesting / as good as possible for the video, and this has been like the best build so far. So it is heavily inspired though from the deck that I got sent in, and that deck was also pretty good, but I think this like the inclusion of Maractus is a very good / interesting inclusion, since you just have a little more flexibility with how you can play the game. Yeah, we just win here. We can attach a Darkness Energy to this Zoroark even, boss up Latias, and we just Mind Jack for 360, taking a knockout, and taking our final 2 prize cards. So a very quick and easy game 1. Yeah, our opponent really had nothing to bring. Let's move to our second game. It looks like we are going first. Let's promote the Dunsparce here. We have a pretty good hand again. We can Buddy-Buddy Poffin, search out Zorua or Fan Rotom, or just a Dunsparce. And at that point, we should just be chilling. Let's take our mulligan. Another Zoroark, that's like decent. Charmander, so we are against Charizard. I think this is like a decent matchup for us. Let's Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Let's get this guy. And do we get Fan Rotom here? I guess it's like pretty worth it. So let's look through our deck as well. We have Bloodmoon Ursaluna, Boss's Orders, Iono, Hilda's in there, Counter Kitchers, Maximum Belt. One Gravity Mountain is prized. All right. Let's do this. Yeah, let's Fan Call. Almost forgot to Fan Call. Get 2 of these guys, and I think we should just be chilling here. We have, I mean, we have 3 Zoroark in hand, so next time we just double evolve, and probably Iono. I mean, Arven, yeah, what does Arven get? You might want to include an Earthen Vessel, though, because now, like, the only thing that's pretty annoying is when you need, like, a basic energy, and you have an Arven in hand, you just can't search out the basic energy. So including an Earthen Vessel or Energy Search might just also be enough. It's probably a pretty good idea. So they're gonna Buddy-Buddy Poffin twice. Had a pretty broken hand. There's a Duskull as well, so this is just a Dusknoir Pidgeot build of Charizard. Gonna attach an energy to Charmander. Is that it? That is it. Okay, so It's our turn again. Let's draw. We have a Darkness Energy that's like pretty good. Let's double evolve. I think we would just attach an energy to Zoroark here. And I think we just Iono. The chances of us not finding it, the Dunsparce, are pretty low, I'd say, because we do play 3, we play Ultra Ball, there it is. We have Air Balloon as well, so we can even just Air Balloon. Do I just Air Balloon? I don't think I need Bravery Charm. Let's do this. Let's get ourselves a Dunsparce. Let's do this. Yep. Evolve it up. Run away, draw 3, promote the Zoroark. Ignition Energy could be good for next turn. And we just swing with Mind Jack for 120, taking the knockout on the Charmander, putting us 1 prize ahead in the prize race. Unless they have like the absolute nuts next turn, we might just be able to take another single prize knockout on something with the same Zoroark if we are a little lucky. So then at that point, being 2 prize cards ahead in the prize race, I think that would be pretty decent. We also have Fan Rotom on board, so Fan Rotom can also put in the work with the Assault Landing. So yeah, so far so good. Let's see what they got. There's an Arven. Ultra Ball Team Evo. They might just not have it. They might just go for Team Evolution. If that is the case, then we just Mind Jack and take a knockout on this Charmander. There goes Team Evolution and a Defiance Band. Oh, okay, so they do probably have Rare Candy Charizard now. I mean, even then, we just promote Zoroark, Ignition Energy, Foul Play. We do need to find a couple more Zorua, since otherwise we can't, like, chain the attacks. But still, it's not looking too bad for us. Yeah, we also have Arven Iono in hand. We've Counter Catcher. Counter Catcher isn't going to be doing anything now, but the turn after it can, because this guy's going to get knocked out probably, and then we just Counter Catcher up something else. I think we should have like enough Zora, so we can just Arven. Yeah, I would say we are in a pretty decent spot right now. There goes the Zoroark. Let's promote the Zoroark here. Draw for turn. We get a Zoroark. Alright. Not really useful. Ignition Energy. That's Arven. Let's just get a Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Does Brave Bangle? Brave Bangle just doesn't matter here. At this point, Brave Bangle and Maximum Belt both just don't matter. Right? 210. I guess Max Belt could matter with Fan Rotom. So maybe just having it in hand. Like some weird scenario, Max Belt, Fan Rotom could work. Or maybe next turn Mind Jack, Max Belt. I guess. So let's Foul Play. Let's Burning Darkness for 210. I mean, like, beside the fact that the Zoroark is gonna get knocked out right now, we're still looking pretty good. Yeah, we can evolve it up. That's like the only annoying part here now again. We have an Arven, but no energy. That's like what I mean with... We can Arven for Night Stretcher, though. We can Arven for Night Stretcher, so we basically guarantee the knockout here because we also have Counter Catcher in hand. So it's just Counter Catcher up, Charizard if they choose to retreat, or switch it up. Switch it to a fresh Charizard, probably at that point. And then just Mind Jack. But they have a 3-card hand and pretty much nothing on board. So they are going to take a prize card here. But it could very well be that we just send up a Zoroark and Mind Jack and they have nothing. So that would be pretty sick. We don't even have to use the Max Belt here. That's also nice. I think I'm going to touch the Maximum Belt here. I think that's fine. I do... Arven here for Night Stretcher, definitely. We already have an Air Balloon in hand, so let's just get a Brave Bangle, why not? Let's Night Stretcher and get the energy back. Touch the Zoroark and Mind Jack for 150, taking a knockout on the Charizard. Getting ourselves 2 more prize cards, so yeah, so far the deck has been running pretty smoothly, not really bricking all that much, and also seems pretty powerful as well. I mean, a deck can be consistent, but it also seems pretty powerful because it's basically just as powerful as the deck your opponent is playing because of foul play. And if they play like a deck that has a lot of bench Pokemon, like pretty much any deck right now, this deck also becomes stronger. So far the deck has felt pretty good. No real complaints here. They send up Charmander, but 5-card hand. There goes another energy to Pidgey. That's not the guy that wants the energy, but I guess they have nothing else to play. Boss's Orders. I mean, Boss's Orders just doesn't do anything here because we just have Air Balloon. I guess they just probably want to stall out the Dunsparce, which is, I guess, fair, but we can also just Ultra Ball. Steady Fire Breathing, yeah. I guess we just Ultra Ball here and get the Dunsparce, right? I think that's just basically always what we do here. I guess I could have discarded a counter catcher. I probably am not going to use 2. Let's Runaway Draw. Another Ignition Energy. Let's promote Zoroark. Do I attach an energy to Fan Rotom? I probably should. Let's Mind Jack. Take a knockout on the Charmander. Yeah, we only need to take 2 more prize cards. At this rate, that's going to happen pretty soon. Maybe they have something next turn. They have a 3-card hand. Gravity Mountain is pretty good here, actually, because if they get Charizard, Reckoning Charizards, we just Ignition Energy to Zorua. Hopefully find another Zoroark then, but we could Gravity Mountain and then swing for 320. And because Charizard's HP would have decreased by 30, we will be taking a KO on it. They're gonna Boss's Orders up another Dunsparce. Yeah, we can just attach Air Balloon and then promote Zoroark and KO the Pidgey. They're gonna call for family, so I guess this game is also pretty much done, right? They have Fezandipiti now. I think this game is just... Yeah, this game is just over. Let's attach Air Balloon. Unless I'm forgetting something, I think this game should be over. Let's play Gravity Mountain play, why not? Let's Arven. We can get another Air Balloon. Do we have another Zoroark in deck? Yeah, sure. That's Ultra Ball. I just can't use Counter Catcher for the rest of the game, so might as well discard them both. Let's Mind Jack for 150, taking a knockout on the Pidgey. And now it's 1-4. They have Fezandipiti on board, I guess. I guess they could, like, Iono, KO Zoroark. Iono, Rare Candy Charizard, KO Zoroark, and then at that point, it's a little problematic. Maybe I should have evolved, got the Dunsparce instead of Zoroark and evolved into the Dunsparce. I guess that's like their play. Wait, I could definitely lose this though. Not if. Oh wait, maybe I'm overlooking. No, because Dusknoir isn't active. Because we have 1 prize. Okay, there is Iono though. So if they get Rare Candy Charizard now, I guess technically I could still lose, right? Okay, Arven. Arven gets me like Night Stretcher or Ultra Ball. Also gets me Nest Ball for Fez. So if they take a knockout, at least gonna be seeing like top deck is +3 cards as well as thinning like 3 cards. So we still have a pretty real shot at an Ignition Energy. They're gonna Super Rod. I mean, if they don't have it right now, we just win the game. So another Super Rod. What are the chances they have like Rare Candy Charizard now in hand? I mean, Charizard is like that deck though to have it. So they might have it. They might have it. Really dig the Zoroark artwork. Zoroark is like my second, yeah, okay, like the favorite Pokemon list is kind of cringe, but Zoroark is my like second favorite Pokemon. I do collect all Zoroarks, so I really dig this artwork. Okay, they're gonna send up Fezandipiti, stall a turn, makes sense. We're gonna just probably Arven, get Ultra Ball, the Dunsparce, and hope for Ignition Energy, because then we can just Cruel Arrow. Oh, there's a Dunsparce. Does Arven get me anything I could use? I don't think it does, so I should just wait. I do have like 2 Ignition Energy at the bottom of my deck, so I think it does impact it quite a lot. Brave Bangle, sure. Let's get a Nest Ball so I can get like another Dunsparce. Like this. Let's run away draw and hopefully find Ignition Energy. We don't. That's fine. Let's bench Fez. Swing for 120. Yeah, I think this is still unwinnable. They have 1 card in their hand. I think this is still just unwinnable. Unlosable for us, I intend to say. Do they have anything at this point? I guess like Rare Candy Pidgeot, Iono, Rare Candy Charizard, Zoroark, and then we would have to whiff Ignition. I think we just win here. I said that like 2 turns ago. Yep, and they just concede. All right, looks like we will be going second again. I mean first again. Ooh, Greninja. That is sick. So this hand is interesting to say the least. Greninja is like a very good and strong card to copy though. Just using Mirage Barrage to double snipe. It should be very interesting. I guess we can discard... You know, Bravery Charm is in most cases not that good. It's only like late game Ursaluna or Clefairy. I guess it puts Fezandipiti out of range for a couple things too. It's not a bad card, but it's like not as important probably as Night Stretcher or Gravity Mountain in this case. Let's Fan Rotom. Let's Fan Call here. And let's get 1, 2, 3. Let's see what else is in the deck. Hilda's there. Counter Catchers, Max Belt, Brave Bangle. We did prize like 2 of our Psychic Energy. That is like kind of a little annoying because Lillie's Clefairy knocks out Greninja in 1 hit. Still like not that big a deal though. Our hand is like decent. We have Arven, we have Night Stretcher, we have Gravity Mountain. Arven gets us like Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball gets us the Dunsparce, and then we kind of have to pray that the Dunsparce just kind of gives us the, you know, the juice. Because for the rest, our hand is pretty lackluster. But I guess a good top deck could just make this hand pretty darn good. And Iono would be very good in this situation. We have like the Dunsparces are set up. Ooh, they Iono us. That's also good. That's very nice. And now, look, we have 2 Dudunsparce. That's very good. We have an Air Balloon, we have an Ultra Ball. This is where, again, Earthen Vessel would be good. Ja, ik heb een beetje gezocht, maar ik ben er nog niet aan uitgekomen. Dus onderweg ga ik even op jouw telefoon ook verder kijken. Is dat goed? Alright, they just passed. Let's evolve up these 2. We have Boss's Orders as well. Hellblade is not really the one I would want to copy now, though. We could use Ultra Ball. I think we just run away draw first. I don't really want to discard these. Ignition Energy. At this point, we do want Darkness Energy. So I think... Yeah, I think the conclusion of this video is you really need the Earthen Vessel or the Energy Search to find like your energy. Because this is like not very optimal. We have another Zorua. I think we just rather get back the Dunsparces though. I think I'm gonna Ultra Ball, discard these 2, get ourselves a Zoroark. I'm not gonna attach Ignition Energy, probably just Iono. We do whiff. We have another Dunsparce. I guess technically this could get it. Let's see. We barely whiff. Okay, we have another Zoroark. I guess Nest Ball for something would be pretty good. Another Dunsparce. Maybe at this point a Zoroark. Zorua, because technically Greninja could attack next turn. Like Rare Candy Greninja, Mirage Barrage. And take them all out. Yeah, this is like just a little unfortunate. But yeah, what do you do about it, huh? I guess as long as they brick, our deck can be a little slower because, like I mentioned, this deck is like as good as your opponent is to some extent. So, what I mean is, like, when they eventually get out Greninja, if they KO our Zoroark, it's fine if it takes a little longer, because at that point we just foul play and copy the Mirage Barrage, and we'll just also attack, you know, and swing for a large amount of damage, or in Greninja's case, you know, you snipe. So that just is a little more irrelevant how fast you are, because if you're really fast and your opponent is really slow, then yeah, you kind of still are forced to wait. That's kind of what I'm saying, or what I'm going with. They're just gonna Shinobi Blade, take out the Zoroark. But in this case, look, this is a very good spot for us. We just need to find one Ignition Energy, and then we just KO these two, and then we're kind of chilling. And I think, yeah, Lillie's Clefairy is kind of hard to set up though if you don't no play Crispin or don't get the turn 1 energy attachment. Things I would probably change here is maybe Lillie's Clefairy, cut out Lillie's Clefairy for an Earthen Vessel or Energy Search, and then like cut out the Psychic Energies for Darkness Energies. And maybe cut a Darkness Energy or Psychic Energy, I mean for a Reversal Energy. One Reversal then. That could be like a good inclusion. Let's try with Zoroark. I'm pretty confident that we will be finding the Ignition Energy, so Counter Catcher, not gonna be playing that. Gravity Mountain, yeah. Is it necessary? I guess I could 2-hit KO with Mind Jack if they have a full bench. But Brave Bangle does the same. I think I'm just gonna Ultra Ball away an Arven. Get the Dunsparce. I think I should definitely start, by the way, with Fezandipiti here. I 100% missequenced that, but yeah, sure. Let's flip the script. There's the Ignition Energy. Luckily, we did find it. Runaway draw, and we found another Dunsparce. That's good. I do kind of want to find, like, okay, I don't have to be scared of Baxcalibur though. I don't think they would play Ignition Energy, but evolving up this guy would be like pretty good. So let's Hilda, Zoroark, Ignition Energy, probably again. I guess they could just not bench anything, but even Ignition Energy for Shinobi Blade isn't bad. So Counter Catcher. I think I just like leave the board as is. Foul play, Mirage Barrage, these two. Discard the Ignition Energy. Continue. Yup. And yeah, we're taking 2 prizes here. Pretty good. It is definitely a little more awkward, these kind of matches, because now if they would not bench anything else, okay, they're gonna Buddy-Buddy Poffin. But for example, if they chose to like only swing with Greninja, of course, after attacking with Zoroark 2 times, we would still KO it. But then we would need to find like 2 Ignition Energies just to KO 1 Greninja, which can get awkward. We do, I think the play we are kind of wanting to go for right now is just Ignition Energy this turn, KO the Dunsparce and the Frigibax. Probably pre-bench Ursaluna. No, I don't want to pre-bench Ursaluna. They could like KO it. And probably then just Ursaluna is in range next after they KO this Zoroark though. Yeah, and then like bench Ursaluna, Boss's Orders up Chen Pao, Night Stretcher back for. Do we have a basic energy in our discard pile? we in fact do not. Trying to get a basic energy or ignition energy at that point and just swing with Blood Moon, taking KO on Chien-Pao. I think that's like the best way to go about it. I think that's like our game plan now. And otherwise, I think we should just like at least have a couple more options. We can definitely like Nest Ball for another Zoroark if we, or Zorua, or Night Stretcher for Zorua back. I think that should be fine. Let's flip the script first. Poffin, a Dunsparce, that's good. Let's Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Let's get a Zorua, sure. Let's touch the ignition energy. I think I'm gonna keep the Dunsparce just in play because I guess I could get Iono'd, so. Anything else I really need to do? Arven. I'm gonna look through the deck. I guess even Bravery Charm just. I don't really need anything. Maybe just thin out these two. Was Max Belt useful? I don't think so. Not really? No, not really, so. Foul Play. Mirage Barrage. There and there. Yup. Done. Don't show this again. Continue. Yeah, okay, so I think this is, I think we should just be fine here again. Yeah, Zoroark, I don't know, seems pretty busted. I mean, we've played against 3 different decks now, and 3 of those times we have, I mean, the deck flows like pretty good. Even if our opponent like isn't playing the best deck, you can feel like the deck isn't breaking. We have basically everything we need here. I don't know, it just feels very strong. Yeah, we just basically win here. Only need to find an energy. That's the only thing we need. We can flip the script, Dunsparce as well, so we can see like 9 cards. 3 of those, 2 will be shuffled back. We can draw a card for turn. Maybe thin out something. I think the chances of us not finding it here are pretty slim. We have at least 4 energy in deck. We have 2 ignition energy and 2 darkness energy, because we prized our 2 psychic energies and those are still there. So I think we just basically win here. Promote the Dunsparce. Yep. Draw. There's the ignition energy. That's good enough. It can be attached to an evolution, to a non-evolution, right? That's, yeah, that's possible. Do this. Oh wait. Okay. Well, then I just wait 1 more turn, I guess. Do this. Runaway draw. I guess this could ruin our plan. We have Night Stretcher in hand, though. Kind of still in the same boat. If they Iono us, that's kind of like really annoying. Is there something I should do this turn? Which I like have to do. Just in case they Iono and KO Bear. I think Bear is just like our kind of like our best out at this point. If we whiff the KO this turn, I think we just kind of have to rely on Bear here. I guess we just pass. I think this is basically a moment of we pass here. Yeah, that's so stupid. Oh my god. Why? Why did I... For some reason I thought they had two prizes left after like they knocked us out. But of course they didn't. Oh, and the stupid part is they could potentially win this turn. Oh wait, yeah, the thing I should have done, okay, for the people who did see it, attach Bravery Charm to Fez. That's like the only thing I should have definitely done, because now they have potential to win this turn. Counter Catcher up or Boss's Orders, Fezandipiti, and attach an energy. That's only 2 pieces they would need. the chances of them having it are actually pretty high. They Shinobi Blade last turn. They could have potentially already got one piece in hand. They just searched for one, and then yeah, that's a misplay. That's a misplay right there. If I didn't review Bear and Ignition Energy and I just attached Bravery Charm to Fez, I think I should have definitely been fine. I could have also... Oh, there's boss. Oh, wait. Are they just Shinobi Blade? Alright. Well, then I just need to find an energy. At this point, we can see 6 cards. We can thin out some cards with Arven. We can also Iono to see 2 more. So we can see basically our entire deck. I think it's almost guaranteed we have it. Let's promote Ursaluna. Yeah, I think it should be basically guaranteed at this point. Oh wait, we don't... Yeah, we can even do this. We didn't even boss's orders at this point. Bloodmoon and KKO Greninja. Kind of got iffy there because I did miss see the prize cards our opponent had, and I forgot to touch the Bravery Charm. In the end, it did pay off. We did win the game. Yeah, very interesting deck. If you want to give the Zoroark deck a try, definitely go do so. It's a very strong and interesting deck. Try it out for yourself, and if you want to be featured in my next episode of You Name It and I Play It, don't forget to join the Discord and let me know what card or deck you want to see. Before I go, if you want to see the most insane Gyarados deck ever, check out the video right here, and I'll see you there. Peace.